Well, the last section of the talk was devoted to a first illustration by actual movements of the hand and arm of the systematic relation that is said to exist between speech sounds and specific positions or movements of the hand and arm. The last section was therefore expository, and the question which obviously occurs to anyone watching is, how does one justify the claimed specific relationships between speech sounds and positions or movements of the arm? Now, in the book, The Physical Foundation of Language, a number of lines of argument and approach are set out, which lead to the classification of speech sounds into the 5 groups which have already been described. And there is discussion in that of the order in which the speech sounds should be arranged in each group, and the character of the movement that should be associated with the different groups. Essentially, as I've already demonstrated, each of the group has a typical movement or position associated with it. The vowel group has the simple upward movement of the arm. The lateral group has essentially a movement like across the body, like that. That's the total range of movement. The inward movement is where the element in the lateral group is the first letter in a syllable. The outward movement is where a letter in the lateral group is the last letter in a syllable. The sounds included in the main consonant group are essentially a simple movement upward like that, starting from there and going up as high as is possible. The other group, the other 2 groups, the projective group is simply a total projective ballistic forward movement, start at which, for each element of the group, occurs at a specific level. So, as we saw, it goes the, ch, j, p, t, th, y. So it's a ballistic movement in that direction, which of course one can see in throwing, and in jumping, in pushing, in touching, many of these words. And the final group was the circular group, which was the rotation of the arm anti-clockwise, looking from the shoulder down to the hand, and in fact, where the element in the circular group, L, M, N, or R, is not the initial letter in a syllable, but a second letter, a final letter in a syllable, the direction of the rotation is reversed, it's changed. Rotation is clockwise, like that, though that's somewhat less comfortable than an anti-clockwise rotation. And so the total movement associated with the circular group is anti-clockwise there, clockwise like that. So those are the broad categories of movement.